Hi guys, PD here, welcome to the channel, welcome to another new video. So you're getting a Quest 2 for Christmas. Here are 5 essential tips you need to know about. Essential tip number 1, always wear your wrist straps. The Quest 2 controllers comes with this really handy wrist strap here. Make sure you've got this on your wrist, grab your controller, tighten it up. VR is so immersive, the chances are at some stage you're going to throw your controller or let go of your controller. So for example, let's say you're playing a darts game in VR, you go to throw the dart and you forget, you let go. Instead of your controller flying across your room, the wrist straps are going to save any damage. Essential tip number 2, make sure you've got plenty of room around you. VR is very immersive, like I said, and you're going to be swinging around. For example, you might be playing Beat Saber, you might be swinging around. The Quest 2 comes with a feature that's called a Guardian. This Guardian allows you to trace an outline around your room. If you've got any objects in the room that can hurt you, like glass, TVs, that sort of thing, when you come to do the boundary, make sure you leave a gap between the boundary and the objects that you might hit. The Quest 2 has a very clever boundary. This boundary system, when you've got the Quest 2 on, if you go through the boundary with your Quest 2, you get to see your room behind the boundary. This is a really cool feature and it's going to stop you hitting things in your room. Also, let people know, your family, people in your house, that you're going to be doing VR. The worst thing that can happen is you're playing like a boxing game in VR and somebody walks into your play space. You don't want to hit that person, so make it known to people you're playing VR and it can be dangerous. Essential tip number 3, make sure sunlight does not get onto your lenses. If you get any sunlight on the lenses, it will burn an image into the back of the lens. If you do get sunlight damage on your lenses when you go into a game, you'll probably see burnt out pixels or like yellow stained pixels where the sunlight has burnt them out. Meta will warn you never to take this out into direct sunlight. If you watch my videos, I have played some VR games outside. I've only ever played VR outside if it's been really cloudy or when the sun goes down and there's no sunlight. A very important tip that a lot of people will not even think about: when you put your Quest 2 down at night, say you've got it on charge, make sure the lenses are not facing the window. Sometimes in the morning when the sun rises, you might get a shaft of light coming through your curtains. That's all it takes to get into your lenses and to burn them out. Also, make sure there's no mirrors that's going to reflect the sun onto the lenses. My advice would be, come down early in the morning when the sun is rising, have a look in your room, have a look to see if there's any shafts of light coming through the curtains, on your walls, that sort of thing, and just watch it for a few minutes and see where the light is going. That way you can keep your Quest 2 in a safe place when it's on charge. Essential tip number 4, if you're planning to take your Quest 2 to show your friends on holiday, that sort of thing, I would highly recommend you get yourself a carrying case. These are really sturdy and they have been designed for your Quest 2 to fit nicely inside. Your Quest 2 is not going to get damaged with a case. Also, remember I told you not to get any sunlight on your lenses. You can buy lens protector covers to protect your lenses when you're moving your Quest 2 around. If I'm taking my Quest 2 anywhere, I tend to take a couple of lens cleaners with me. You can put these over your lenses when you put this in your case, and these will add like some protection. So a really handy tip there. Essential tip number 5 is comfort and thickness. There are lots of accessories you can buy to help with comfort. For example, I've got the nice VR covers here. Look, this is a really nice faceplate, nice and soft on my face. I've also got the Bobo VR head strap. I like the Rift S, and this is a very similar design to the Rift S. Very comfortable on the head. This is the official Meta Deluxe head strap with a battery charger, and this will give you up to 5 hours of additional use on the Quest 2. If you find the original Quest 2 head strap uncomfortable, do yourself a favour, grab some of these comfort options. Your first time in VR, I would highly recommend you do the Quest 2 demo, sit down, put the Quest 2 on, get used to the weird sensation of being inside a VR world for the first time. It might make you feel dizzy, and in some cases it might make you feel a bit sick. If you're feeling sick, take the headset off and try again when you're feeling a lot better. For your first time in VR, I would highly recommend you start off with a standing or sitting experience, something that's not moving. You don't want to play games like After the Fall, Resident Evil 4, Medal of Honor, Sniper Elite, that sort of thing. Don't play those games until you've got like your VR legs. You'll know when you've got your VR legs. It could take up to 2 months because you won't feel dizzy or sick in the headset. For your first time in VR, I would recommend a game like Beat Saber, where you're stood up, you're not moving, and a game I just recently covered called Puzzling Pieces. You're sat down in a chair and you're making 3D jigsaw puzzles in VR. It's really cool. Training your brain in VR is very similar to riding a bike. You might fall off a few times, but eventually you get to learn how to ride the bike. VR is very similar. It might feel a bit weird at times, but eventually your brain gets used to it, and that's when the fun starts. I hope you find these tips very useful. Thank you for watching. Have a Merry Christmas. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.